the shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville. What is this? Season something. Who knows? Reunion part
two. Season 4 or 5, episode 47 and a half.
All of them. One on reunions, y'all. 2, 3. I don't know. I'm tired of Huntsville. You tired of Huntsville?
Only thing I'm tired of is y'all being loud, but you.
So to go and tell them what to do. She be tired of it. All right.
Okay.
Tell them, smash that thumbs up.
That button, subscribe to our channels.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. We got the kisses going on. And then she had to throw.
Oh my. Oh, Sissy, let me see outfit.
This is just her little sweater. It's not.
Oh, hey, Sissy.
Say hi, Sissy.
Sissy, Max is naked. He doesn't have an outfit on right now.
She doesn't look you in the eye. That's how she is.
No, she's kind of bougie.
Yeah. She's going back underneath the chair. She's sitting right beside me. She doesn't leave my side. All right, y'all. So this episode starts off with Carlos to Kiki. Has Tisha ever said to you that Marcel was cheating on her? She said no. He said, has Tisha ever speculated that Marcel cheated on her? She said yes. Tisha said no, but then Tisha said that she found this picture of this booty in his phone, and he heard it. He said all he did was heart the booty. Okay, and she said, and Kiki was like,
heart the booty. That's
like he said it like that was okay. You can't hurt the booty. And Kiki was like, no, you commented on the booty.
What did he say, girl? What did he say?
She said that he said, what a nice midday work surprise. And he said, I mean, it was a surprise. That's show you how disrespectful he is, that he don't even care.
Well, and he also said it was somebody that he was interviewing. Who interviewing for what?
But look, she tried to say it was 14 years ago. But don't y'all remember him having that conversation?
What kind of iPhone she had 14 years ago?
We remember y'all talking about interviewing, and she didn't want him to have a girl. Remember that?
That wasn't 14 years ago. You couldn't
No, that was just like the other day. We remember that conversation. It was like the beginning of this season.
When he said his assistant was the one that called Mel to ask her to come over there.
Mm-hmm. All them booties.
Even Kiki was like, it was not. We know it wasn't.
We know it wasn't.
What kind of phone did you have 14 years ago? I feel like mine was probably a Razor.
Probably a Nokia.
Or a BlackBerry.
Nokia.
I couldn't like shit with a BlackBerry.
What was it to like? We didn't even have it. We didn't have no Facebook.
14 years ago, I don't think I had Instagram 14. Well, it wasn't Instagram. It was iPhone. Did we have iPhone for 14 years ago?
I never had. Well, yeah, I did have iPhone, but I don't like them. So.
It wasn't 14 years ago. So anyway, Tisha.
Anyway, even you don't heard it. You don't heard it. You don't like it. You don't comment.
So I have a question. She said she trusts her husband.
Mm-hmm. She said she did research.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, so what was you looking for, though?
She looked up the woman.
Through the pictures. You were looking through the pictures.
She probably researched that woman.
Who ain't researched?
If you research, that don't mean if she mess around him that she gonna be having pictures posted of them too. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you think?
If somebody sent me an ass, I'm deleting that shit because it's not gonna be good. Like, why he didn't even care enough to. Not only did he not delete it, he sent her a message back.
He said, "Hey, all right for the lunchtime. One time." That's what he said. One time for the booty meat. That's what he said. Child. He was like,
Okay,
he
so
was like,
then
really? All of that for hurting the butt? Yep. Yep. He don't care. He don't care. So he
you know what
asked,
I mean? When the show first started, and they like kind of review what happened last week. When Tisha, I think it was Tisha, when Kiki started talking, Tisha fell back on the couch.
and he told her, don't do that. And she sat her ass straight up. Girl, I'll frame that.
Like,
She sat up instantly.
don't do what?
He said, don't do that.
Don't hurt the booty.
She sat up so fast. D ain't never set up that fast, and I said, don't do that.
I don't know. And now you're gonna make me say something slick. Like if y'all wanted something to have ratings for, no. Well, she fell in line. What would Kimmy have said? I won't even say Mel. What would Kimmy have said if Maurice was like, "Don't sit like that"? I feel like he would have at least got it. What you mean? What you talk about?
Who are you talking to? You talking to me? Like she did. Like she did. Carlos. Who? Who's who? Who? I know you're not talking to me.
Oh, that's all I'm saying. I was like, he told her to sit up, and she did. She sat straight
Instantly.
up.
Without hesitation. All right. So Carlos asked Kiki.
She said she's looking for proof, and she can. I wish she would freaking stop saying.
You need to quit. But like I said, as long as
husband, nobody gives a shit.
You put it out there, it's gonna come. And then what's the story gonna be next season? Because it's some girl got some proof out there.
I don't care about the
good
proof.
enough.
I don't care about the proof. I don't have to see the proof. Like I've seen enough. I've seen backs. You said there was booty pictures. All I know is nobody gives a shit whether you leave Marceau. Stay there for all I care. But stop acting like I've never experienced anything like that. I don't know.
That's the part that's irritating everybody.
Because I don't know anybody that's been in a marriage that long would say that.
Marriage, relationship,
anything.
I don't trust my kids like that. Do you hear me?
Girl.
Child.
MC break shit over here. Come see my blinds.
Sissy. I don't believe her. Okay.
Just saying, this sounds stupid.
Okay. So he asked Tisha, did Kiki go behind your back to film on the show? She said no. She told me Mel asked her to film. She said, but she ain't know she was coming on the show to talk about her.
What you thought she was coming on the show for?
Well, Kiki said she told her everything. And she was like, well, you ain't tell me about all the allegations that was going around. I still kind of feel like Kiki was going back and forth between Mel and Tisha.
Kiki is a mess. She could, and I was like, you know what? I don't have no, because she's saying that her and Kiki were close, which I don't believe. I feel like they've always had this rivalry thing between the two of them.
Yeah, but they probably grew up together. Well, you know, they were
close.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I don't have no cousins that I dislike enough to do that too. Like I don't have no cousins that I dislike. I got cousins that live a different lifestyle than me, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Or we just different. I don't have none that I don't like. If somebody asked me to come on the show and talk about my cousin.
What was that look? that was a hard swallow. Am I that cousin?
No, I really don't. Like,
I'm not a cousin. I was gonna say, am I that cousin?
No, we talking about cousins. I didn't say family members, but even the ones that I don't like, which ain't many, but I'm just saying I wouldn't go on the show and like be telling their business. I just wouldn't.
No, that was just.
I mean, there's no way to make it right. As much as Tisha is annoying, you can't
make that right. Yeah. So then she got to it with Kimmy. Kimmy said all of that talking about Tisha started at the Christmas party. And Kiki was like, well, who started it? She was like, you. And she was like, no, I didn't. And then they showed the footage of her talking about Tisha. And Kimmy telling her.
I mean, Kiki, if
Yeah.
you started it, don't be asking them to roll that beautiful bean footage. It was
Girl.
right there. You started it.
You did.
And again, you were doing too much.
And Kimmy was trying to save you and say, let's not do this right now. You should be having that conversation with Tisha. And then they went inside.
You know what? Stop it, because Kiki is not stupid. You know what I'm
But
saying? Like,
Kiki
this
know what
isn't
she
even a
went in there for.
conversation. This is a conversation with a film crew. You knew what you were saying was going. You don't know what part they're going to use.
But she knew she was going to say it.
You knew what you was doing. Kiki
Ain't no
wanted to be
telling-
on the show. Period.
That's what it was.
That has to be the only reason why she would, you know.
And here's the thing. Now I'm finna take up for Tisha when it comes to this part, because at one point in time, was you not talking about Tisha on the show? Any scene that we seen Kiki?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Reason why she was there. When was she?
So what was Kiki supposed to be showing us? She was coming on the show. Kiki said she had a business. I mean, she said she was writing books. She was professor, but every scene you was dogging Tisha and Marceau out. Okay.
Except for that one time where you shared the story about how you used to be going to people's house, taking the medication out their cabinet.
No, she said she didn't do that. She
But
said
that's what
she
you
didn't do that.
said, though. Where did we get it from?
Look, she said she ain't never did that. Okay, because when they said it, she
Can we
said,
roll that beautiful bean footage, please?
I was thinking the same thing. Because she said, because now Kiki's saying she don't believe Marceau and Tisha was laughing about it. And then she said she was only hurt because she couldn't believe that Tisha told somebody that about her addiction, and she ain't never did nothing crazy like going in people's house. And I know that's what that girl said.
That's
she
what
was
she
stealing them
said.
pills.
Not only that, okay, I'm gonna defend Tisha again along with you. Tisha didn't do it. Marcel did it, and that's how it should have went, because that way Marcel took her out of the position where she had to say something, but then it had to be said.
Yeah.
And did Marcel joke about it? He absolutely did.
He did, because that's what
said
he do.
It was a good day that he got some booty and a photo. As much as like, you know.
He got the booty in the photo that day?
He said it was a good day. It was a good day. The booty, you know, on the picture.
Yeah.
So, and you just made a joke about that, something that you know crushes your wife's heart every
right
time.
in front of her. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you said yeah, because then Maurice come to this whole, Maurice always, I felt like Maurice did so much interjecting and talking in this one because he was said it was
he's the
said
least
that
relevant person on the
show.
show.
So I feel like he was trying to make himself relevant because he kept jumping in. I was like, just sit back like Kimmy and watch the fireworks.
You jumping in to defend your brother, which just don't.
Your brother who throw you under the bus every chance he could get. Child. Anyway, can we move on? Because Kiki, I don't care what you say. If you stealing, I'm telling them you stealing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Mel.
And I don't think Marcel thought it was funny, and I think they helped her and all that stuff. But I think when he said it, he
said it because that's how he do.
What he does.
That's how he do. And Mel, you did tell Kiki that because you wanted Kiki mad enough so she could come on here and talk shit about Tisha. And you opened up the door and she kicked that mug wide open with all the tea. And that's it.
Oh, you know what, Tisha? As much as you know, you bring your mama to everything and all that stuff. Like, if Kiki's willing to come on here and talk shit about you, don't even care. Bring her on. Bring her on the show.
Yeah. But Kiki, just be real. That's what you came on here for.
Well.
So next, what happened?
Then you didn't even come up loyal to Mel either. You didn't even stick to the whole.
She didn't. That's what I said. She going back and forth. She went back and forth. She said Mel called her to get the kind of car and all that last episode.
And you gave it to her. You helped her.
Yeah, yeah.
She already knew about the booty picture. She knew about that already. You told
Did
her.
y'all see Tiffany? Did you see Tiffany big and pregnant?
No.
Child. I just thought about talking about the car. And we know Tiffany the one
She
who
was
got
down there putting the paperwork.
Yeah. Anyway. Child, let me see. Wanda speaking on Sugar Mama. Let me see. So the question was, what made Mel want to confront her on camera about it? Mel said, so what happened was she was outside talking and she saw old boy Bernard that was talking all that stuff online, and she checked him, and then Wanda jumped in, and Wanda was on, said, that's a lie. You was on live and you said, I'm about to get some shit started. Now it's like, now Wanda, that don't even sound like Mel. That sounds like
not
you.
what she said.
That sounds like you.
I mean, I feel like this. Mel, she already knew she was gonna confront Wanda. I don't know that the energy would have been the same had her and Destiny not been already, like, you know what I'm saying? How that shit popped off and Destiny was screaming at her, you know,
Going
next
out the
time
door.
you come here. So by the time she walked over there, she was wound, but you was getting ready to get it started anyway.
I feel like the only reason why Mel even went there, it had nothing to do with supporting Destiny and her business. She went there to check Wanda. And Mel, here's the thing. It's okay to say that. I came here. I went there because I knew Wanda was going to be there.
I feel like she had to be there.
Ass.
And she, you know, because
And
there
I
was
was
a
going to
production
check
thing,
her.
and she was like, well, since I'm there, I'm gonna go ahead and ask
And
her
I'm
about,
finna check
and
her.
she
It's
probably was
okay.
like, every time Wanda say something on live, then okay, we're gonna be on live when I ask her. And then production was like, turn the thing off.
That's exactly what happened. Because she was gonna put that shit right on live. She was gonna check her ass. Then it's okay to say that. You know what I'm saying? And then Bernard, shit, it was 2 for 1. You looked up and seen Bernard ass there, and then he
said, oh,
he
you the
did it.
nigga with
So
the
you
chop.
the one. Yeah. What the chopper at now?
And he was. I remember that live. They was talking. Wanda used to live so much. It was just always like, and again, always talking about Mel.
I can't sit through Wanda's live. Now that was the only live that I sat through, and and she left the phone in her pocket or something. That was the only one of Wanda's
No,
live.
but I remember that live. Her and Bernard were in the car, and he was talking cash shit. She almost had to, like, she was like, "This is my live," and he just kept talking.
And she had to tell him, "Shut up."
He had to shut his ass up.
Bernard wanted to be on the show because they supposed to get their own show, wasn't they? Bernard was trying to
Bernard
show
was
you
the
who
one
Bernard
over there
was.
calling. What was he calling?
Marceau.
I was calling Marceau at that thing.
I don't know, but Marceau was gonna whoop his ass over there. I know that. Bernard, it don't look good for you every time you step on the stage. I'm just saying,
we know he has a tendency to pop off.
Yeah. So Wanda says she got all of that about Sugar Mama not being Martell's from the footage that he did with Dr. Heavenly, okay? And Mel was like, that's not true, because you was talking about too. You had a picture of the other dude, and you could put her picture next to the other guy's picture. Well, who? I ain't hear none of this. I missed out.
She has done it. She's already done it. Whoever
she
the guy
put the
is,
picture of another
I mean,
dude?
of course she has. And then she sent it to Tisha, and Tisha was like, well, that's a good work day surprise in the middle of the day.
Because Tisha said it was all over the internet. Now, I usually catch a lot of shit, but I didn't catch that.
I didn't hear that.
Child.
I didn't catch that. I did see the thing on Dr. Heavenly, and I was like, well, if that's true, then you would have saw the part where Martell said he ain't got no questions.
That he clarified it.
Right.
So what's his name? Carlos said the clapback should have been about the adults on the show, not regarding the kids. And then he asked Martell, has he ever questioned the paternity of his child? He said no. And I'm like, not that one. You did.
I don't think he questioned the paternity at all. I think he was being an asshole when she said she got rid of a baby. He can't fathom the fact that nigga, she just don't want your baby.
But that's
So
what he
he's
said.
thinking, yeah, like, well, if she's pregnant with my kid, then and
She
she
would've
gets rid of
kept
it, surely it had to be somebody else. No, I think she just because this girl over here, over to the other house, to the apartment, she didn't had an abortion. You know they knew all about that, all the back and forth. As much as Ariane gone, she didn't have made sure that Mel knew she was pregnant, or however that messy nonsense goes.
I want to say I knew when she had did that interview with
She the one
Funky
said it.
Dineva and Tasha
She's
K
the
back
one
in the
said
day.
it. That's why when this dude told her Mel had COVID, she was pissed because she's like, here she go again on the internet talking about me, you know, about my personal shit. So yeah, Wanda, you knew.
Maurice again said, I always said that. I always told Martell. We need to protect the kids. Okay. Now Martell should have never put any of that information out there. They said, Tisha, do you feel like your mama was wrong?
Stop saying that. I saw that interview and nothing that Martell was saying was that confusing.
About what? About the baby?
About the kids, right. It was very clear what he was saying. So I don't know why they keep putting it out there. He's never said he thought them wasn't his kids. None of them.
He said the one that she
got rid of.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying there, that was very clear though when he was saying that. Like y'all,
but he had to clarify it because Heavenly was like, hold on, what you saying?
And he said no. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't understand why Heavenly was so confused. Because I'm like, is she not paying attention to what he's saying?
We're talking about Heavenly.
Right.
Yeah. They asked Tisha, do you feel like your mom was wrong? She was like, yeah, but she was calling Mel out for sleeping around. And that's what she said. The pictures was all over the social media comparing the two men.
What picture?
I didn't see the picture.
They must have only had that in the best of the internet.
Oh, okay. So
this is the thing about that though. Like they keep harping on how she wasn't talking about the kids. She was talking about Mel, and it's a reflection on Mel and the baby daddy, blah, blah, blah. But all it takes, and this is why it's damaging to the kid, because everybody's parents be at home running their mouth, and then them kids go to school, and the kids take that shit, and then they get bullied and teased over stuff like they said that ain't even your daddy. That's why it affects the kid. Nobody gives a shit that a monster was over there smoking a vape. If anything, that gives Monster cool points for being over there, you know, being rebellious. It's not the same thing.
She was wrong for saying that too, though.
Tiffany
shouldn't have said
she
that
was.
either.
I'm just saying, like, stop acting like you don't know how it would be damaging to the kids.
And Carlos brought that up, and he said, "Well, he don't understand is why the energy is not the same after the whole stuff with Monster, and why it ain't the same in this situation."
Because Maurice, you did march your happy ass in that place in black in front of a film crew and confronted that man's wife. Why he sat there and said nothing.
He ain't saying nothing. They gonna tell me if I had a couple more drinks.
Oh, nigga.
You need drinks to
Never mind. You didn't address him. You didn't say, Lewis, listen, this is what your wife did. You went directly to Tiffany and confronted her ass. And you brought Big Kawahaha. What's her name?
Kiowa.
They
all sat there at the United Front and checked that heifer.
Y'all came up on her like a whole gang.
So Carlos said kids is off limits. And even when last season he had a conversation with Martell, because I guess they got upset because Martell had a conversation with MJ on camera. And they said that they want their kids involved in those scenes that they ain't know about.
I didn't like that back then either. It was uncomfortable. I felt like Martell shouldn't be approaching their son about that.
And so Martell said, well, I'm disappointed in you, Carlos, because that same passion wasn't given, that you given on stage wasn't given when she was over there talking about my kid's hair. And Carlos, he got all frantic, girl, I shouldn't even say that, but he had a whole hissy fit. Like, who bitch are you talking to?
He queened up.
He queened up real quick. He said he didn't think that the hair thing was an issue and they never called him about it. Now, Carlos.
And don't say I don't have any kids. That doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like,
what you having kids got to do with not knowing what she said was wrong. You should have said that was because you were trying to get good TV then.
Because it was messy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was messy. You know her comparing them kids' hair was messy as hell.
It's funny because I mean I am a parent, but still, just as an adult, period. I was walking one morning and these little boys were at the bus stop, and it looked like they was fighting. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just the closer I got to them, it escalated. So I've got headphones on and I'm looking at them, and so now I'm not comfortable because you know they were not teenagers, but not too little, somewhere middle school size. And so now I don't walk my happy ass over there. And I was like, are y'all fighting? And they're looking at me like, no. He was like, no, we're playing. I was like, are you playing for real? And the one boy was like, yeah, he's teaching me how to fight. And I was like, well, then go on, carry on. But I was like, this ain't even my kids. I done went over and involved myself in that stuff, but I'm like, I just didn't want to be, you know, an adult and walk past and watch two kids.
And then somebody get hurt.
Somebody could be getting bullied and not, you know. So yeah, Carlos, you're an adult. You know that wasn't right.
Nope, but you know what was on Carlos' mind? Bessemer. Because that's what he was trying to tune into. So he wasn't thinking about it, but she was wrong as hell for that.
And even then, Tisha, when Mel confronted you about that, you said, I don't even be looking at my mother's on internet. I don't know what she said.
Child. Dumel accept Wanda's apology. She was like, she good on her.
Hell no. Hell no.
She said, because she don't believe what she did was wrong. I said, hell no.
I said, hell no.
Can she move forward with everybody on the stage? She said,
hell no.
She said, hell no. Here come Maurice. Guys, looking at Kimmy's situation, I feel like
you had a dream, nigga.
You look at life different. You guys will let stuff go. And then Martell in the Amen choir talking about, I truly believe that. I was like, if you truly believe that, why are you still on the internet talking shit and causing stuff? You know about Kimmy at this point. You were still on there talking shit.
Kimmy and Mel aren't having a problem.
Child.
Don't do that.
Oh, sorry. Girl, it sounded like it was going down over there. Okay.
I think it is. It's probably FIFA. It's probably FIFA. Call of Duty don't go like that.
Okay.
And golf is very quiet. So yeah, I'm guessing he playing soccer.
Okay. So the next segment is Destiny and Stormy. They talk about Galentine. I'm like, golly, how long ago was that? Are we gonna bring up Galentine? Because I don't want to talk about Galentine. So let's not. Do Stormy think Destiny is aggressive? She said no. She said they Gucci now. So y'all, they Gucci. Okay. Fans, according to Carlos, this was according to Carlos, and he said this before, that fans of the show are opinionated by new people, and I don't really feel like we feel any kind of way about new people. I felt like Tiffany came on the show being an asshole, and that was why people didn't like her. It had nothing to do with her being new.
Destiny was kind of annoying the first season, but I was fine with Destiny.
Yeah, that first season, right. And Stormy, she didn't act up. I mean, she did
I was looking forward to seeing some more Stormy.
Whatever, Carlos. So
we didn't like Tiffany. That's it. We just didn't like
it. Was just Tiffany nobody liked. Understandable. Well, he said that people were saying Stormy was ghetto and the show was becoming ratchet because of her.
Who are these people? He said that, and I was like, who said that?
Carlos. That's what said it. And she said everybody had their moments when they ain't they regular self. You know, when you get mad, you get mad. Hell, everybody act up sometimes. But she worked her ass off to get where she got. We know who she is with
Well,
her.
we know that. I think that's why we were intrigued and wanted to know more about Stormy. I don't know where that whole thing came from, but I think a lot of people, and I don't know, I think a lot of people confuse country and ghetto. It's definitely not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely not loving hip hop. Because that's a whole different breed, the character over there altogether.
And I mean, as far as her and Destiny goes, when they was going back and forth, I was like, they two are the same type of people. So you give this energy, she gonna give this energy right back. And I figured they would end up being cool anyway.
Well, Destiny's not aggressive, but she did throw a chair.
She a little aggressive.
That's aggressive.
She a little aggressive.
She said she gonna drag somebody's ass from Atlanta to Detroit to Huntsville.
That person needed her ass dragged.
That was
at that
Tiffany
time.
was getting ready to get dragged.
I agree with her dragging her ass.
But I feel it's crazy because I feel like Stormy be asking questions that make you want to tell her shut the fuck up. So like if I didn't answer you the first time, don't keep asking me that. And then like at the that thing she had at her house, her little get together, her peaceful whatever she had. When Kimmy got emotional, her first thing was like, "Do you want to share? What's going on?" I don't even know you like that. I think her like allowing herself to be emotional in that space was enough sharing. I think you be asking questions and it's irritating.
And when she
Destiny's kind of mean, so you know.
You said who? Destiny?
Yeah. And you asking a question about two people that don't have nothing to do with you. Like, why y'all mad? Like, what? You know.
Yeah. It was irritating.
So I see how the shit, bubbled up into what it was. And then she called you sweetie and you was like, bitch, don't call me that.
And it was condescending. And
she's little. And I feel like people that are small always be in a position of having to defend themselves because people trying to stun them because they small. So, which doesn't make me dislike her. I think she's valid. And maybe stop asking so many questions. When somebody don't ask you the first time, then say, well, she ain't trying to share.
Well, people is demanding that Destiny is fired from the show because she don't share any of her life. I'm those people though.
You're demanding?
I'm just saying I don't see the purpose. I just don't see the purpose. Because if you're not going to talk about it, I mean, Kimmy was like, I didn't tell her too. They said trying to get it out of her is like pulling damn wisdom teeth. Ain't nobody got time for that. I feel like
Destiny has so much going on that she could have shared, but she was so busy trying to present herself as this boss bitch that she's not
and
ever
that been. Anger. Because that quick, when they said that to her, she said,
she got in that mode.
Now all y'all asking me, now I don't want to answer the question. See that right there? I ain't got time. I don't have time.
Even Kimmy, like, to be honest, like, it sucks that it's a cancer thing. Nobody wants that for Kimmy because everybody loves Kimmy. Kimmy has been more interesting just for being real because her and Maurice ain't really had shit going on. That whole thing with Kaya, what happened before the show even started. Kimmy has been a fan favorite just because she's been bold enough to be real and be honest and not be like, just because I'm your friend, Tisha, or your sister-in-law, I'm not going to say you right when you're not right. Destiny had way more going on than Kimmy that she could have shared. She could have shared what it's like going through this divorce. You didn't even share with your friend Mel that you're so upset, you know what I'm saying, that she didn't tell you.
So if you don't want to share,
then why are you here?
Goodbye. Carlos, if you bring her on another season, that's your dumb butt. That's you.
Because she's not gonna start being open.
Because the producers even said she's hard to work with. So if the producer's saying it and the cast is saying it,
I
what are
mean,
we
at
doing?
her own event, she stood in the corner sulking like a freaking child. This is my
Exactly.
business. I would not. And then, even with Stormy, somebody came with a bouquet of flowers in a Gucci bag and you told her to bounce.
Girl.
Wouldn't even let the people let her in the door.
And quit talking about the order from your husband and all of that. Cause like we said, we ain't even talking about him. We don't want to talk about him.
We could have still like went on this journey with you.
Right.
Without any of that.
Guess what? Too late. Let's go.
Don't care.
Bye, Tiffany. Bye, Destiny. Let's bring more people on. So next week, y'all, Carlos gonna be crying, talking about Martell is still in love with Mel. I call BS on that. I think he caused so much hell last week on talking about what you call it, coleslaw.
You know what though? You skipped something because Marceau and Mel were going back and forth.
Yeah, I skipped it on purpose. But go ahead.
No, but he said, and I can't even remember. Like it was so annoying. Like Tisha, I don't even remember what part of
she jumped in it, and then she did the clap thing, and I was annoyed.
But Marceau had the audacity to say, "Mel, when have you ever taken accountability for anything?
When have you, Marceau?" Okay.
I just feel like this is just my opinion, so this is what it is. I feel like, because there's just so much hate coming from Tisha towards Mel, for it to be not really that serious, you know what I'm saying? That Marceau really, and if it was just a kind of a thing before, it's solid for me now. Marceau really has a thing for Mel, so much so that because Tisha has seething hate for this woman, it just don't even make sense.
I mean, you know when your man likes somebody else.
And then now Marceau is mad because she called this nigga hips and thighs last week, and so now he's like all trying to blow up in her face. And I was like, y'all are way too obsessed. She sat up there and said something Tisha said too that I was like, that's what you don't what did she say? I can't remember her exact words, but she said something. I was like, Tisha, that's you. You are like, everything that you're saying about Mel right now is definitely you, but ciao.
Yeah, enemies to the end. All right now. Well, do we got to watch one more? Is it one more? All right, y'all. Let's get this done because I'm over Huntsville. So over. I don't know what else we got to talk about. I thought we talked about everything.
No, we got to get into Mel and Martell. That's the end. And their trip to Destin.
It didn't work.
Child, we got to talk about it. So on that note.
Oh, Jesus. All right, y'all. Dean, you want me to say your part?
No.
Rhonda.
Take two. Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, y'all.